Okay, so we've had a really big storm recently, and we're expected to have more rains. So the level in our pool is a little high. I don't know if you could see, but it was actually to the tip of the coping already. So just to be safe, I'm just gonna lower an inch of the water. I'm gonna show you how to drain a pool. So this goes for any cartridge pool, okay? Any cartridge pool that has actually a drain right before the cartridge filter, you can actually drain some of your pool. So you can see the towel line is high. So we also have a raised spa. So we're gonna put it on pool mode so that when we drain the water, some of it's coming out of the spa and some of it's coming out of the pool at the same time. Okay, so the other time that you want to do this is when you're gonna winterize. You want to drain the pool. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a backwash hose and you're gonna attach it and you're gonna run it out to the woods or somewhere where you want to drain it to. When you unroll it, make sure you're laying it flat, so you don't want it all twisted, because when the water tries to go through, it gets stuck in the twist and doesn't go through as good. So you want to attach it. You're going to use a ring clamp. This is just a round circle stainless steel ring clamp. Okay, and it's attached right here. So you're going to spin this either with a nut driver or just a regular flathead screwdriver, and you're going to first put the ring onto the backwash hose, okay, because it's easier to put it on the backwash hose first, and then you're going to take it and you're going to attach it to your PVC piping, and you're going to tighten it up. So you want to make sure this is nice and tight, because if you don't tighten this enough, the water pressure is going to just push this right off. So tighten this nice and snug. Okay, so how do you know which PVC pipe to attach it to? So you're going to see that there's an area where the PVC comes out and there's just like an opening right here. Okay, so that's the drainage. So usually it's located after the filter. So if you look at the pool plumbing, you're gonna trace it. It's gonna be after the pool plumbing, but before your cartridge filter is where it usually is. Okay, so mine is right over here. You see how it's draining out there, and it's gonna be controlled by this valve. So if you look right now, it is off right here. So that means that it's closing this PVC pipe and not letting water being drained out. This is a locking nut, so you're going to turn this and loosen the locking nut. Okay, lefty loosey. And then when you move this over, it's going to allow some of the water to go through the drainage pipe. Okay, so if you try to move it all the way, it only moves halfway. So they did this as a safety measure so that some water is being drained and some water is going through your filtration system and going to your cartridge filter. Okay, this is just like a little safety measure to make sure some water is going to go back to your pool. Okay, so basically this is basically controlling the drainage. Okay, so then you want to go and make sure you are in service mode. You're going to want to put it on pool mode, because by putting on pool mode, you're taking water from the pool and the spa. Okay, you don't want to just put it on spa mode. Okay, and then you're going to see that once you hit filter pump to turn it on, okay, though, and you turn the valve, it's gonna let all the water start draining through. Okay, so I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna turn on the filter pump. So right now it's just on pool mode. So then when I turn this, you're going to see water is going to start filling up. Oh, see, I didn't do it tight enough, and you can see some water is leaking through there. But you can see the water is filling here and draining. So I should really just tighten this up a little bit more to prevent water from leaking here. Either way, way, it's only a little bit, I really don't care. But you'll see that the water is going all the way out and being drained through. You'll see that it's filled. Okay? So then what you want to do is you want to go check back on your pool, because you obviously don't want to drain an excessive amount. So you're going to look at your spa, you're going to look at the pool, and you're going to look at the water level and make sure that you're not going to over drain your pool. So decide how much you want to drain it, and as soon as you're done draining, you just shut off, you turn the valve back off and you shut off the pump. So we just had a storm for the last couple of days and we had way too much rain. So the water was already up to the coping, like right here. So just to be safe, we're just lowering the water a little bit in case we're not home and we can't drain this when we're at work or something. So it's good to keep your water level a little bit lower. We like to keep ours about halfway up the skimmer. You don't want it too low and you don't want it too high. So halfway at the skimmer is your ideal point. So we're getting to be just about there, halfway up the skimmer. So you can go back here and you go back to this valve, okay, and you shut off the drain. So you see it stopped. Okay, and then you retighten this nut to lock it. That means nobody can move it. And now water is going to my cartridge filter and it's not going to the drain anymore. And then afterwards, when you're done, you can shut off your pump or leave your pool running. Okay, so this is how you drain your pool. If your water levels are getting too high during like a storm or flooding situation, or if you want to drain your pool for changing the amount of CYA in your pool, or you want to drain the pool to fix the pool for some reason, or you want to drain the pool for winterizing. This is how you properly drain your pool. And this goes for anybody who has a cartridge filter. Usually a cartridge filter system has a drainage area right after the pump and before the cartridge filter. That's where it is in the plumbing system. After the pump and before the cartridge system, there will always be an area where you can drain, and it's controlled by a 3-way valve. Okay, so like and subscribe. Hope you learned something from this.